So, there's a master plan today, and it involves this coral field and the volcano. I'm hoping to decorate it a little bit more and make this area nicer because there's a lot of gross gravel. And one of the primary ways that I'm going to swap out the gravel and the stone with sand is to use the wand of equal trade, or the fishing rod of equal trade. It was based on the wand of equal trade. But as you see, durability 0. Now, I could go to the enderman farm and, get it mended up. But the thing is, it only has 64 durability. And that is not very much. it would just run out again. So, there's a project that I've been wanting to make for a while, and it has to do with the XP tank here. So, let's see. How do I show this? Yes. So, this shows all of the XP points in the system. So, periodically I come through here and I'll store my levels. So you notice I had 19 levels. This was like one of the first projects I made in this world. And you'll notice it goes up by like 1,000 or so. And that's because it's actually counting individual XP points. There's some crazy, each of these is an algebra equation. It was actually kind of fun reverse engineering the algebra to figure out how to calculate the XP points. But the way that you get the XP back is actually kind of an issue, at least for this use case. So if I want the XP back, it just gives it back to me like this, which is, pretty convenient. You can see it going down on the sidebar. It's giving me 1 XP orb at a time, which is very slow when you start getting to higher levels. It's all right for like, enchanting or something, right? Because the XP is in our inventory. But if we want to do mending, it's completely useless. Like if we're holding this, you'll notice not going up at all. Oh, actually it doesn't have mending. Where's something with mending? Is it going up? Does not look like it. Oh, how much XP? I've been sitting here for a little bit. But my solution to that would be to get... I don't have any. Are you serious? I'm looking for experience bottles. I actually thought I had some. Oh, hey, here they are. Bottle O Enchanting. So I thought it would be really cool if we could actually use this XP tank system to craft Bottle of Enchanting. Because the Bottles of Enchanting do work with mending. So we put this in our offhand. Let's check, what is this? 1101. You notice it kind of bounced? That means it got filled with a little bit of XP. So 1117. So it does work with mending, and it would be really convenient if we didn't have to go like all the way back, and even we could have some of these in our inventory so we could just keep working on the project, because this durability is so low. But I guess first things first, we're gonna need mending on this fishing rod of equal trade. Unfortunately, this guy offers mending for 12 emeralds, but we need a book. All right, where are books stored? I used a hologram projector. Command block survival is pretty fun. It's probably where the leather is. So that's one of these pink ones. Aha. Oh, dude, I love this hologram thing. So cool. Excuse me, sir. Can I have 1 mending book? Thanks. Well, I guess all those levels that we got are actually going to serve a purpose now because we can slap it on the wand. I keep calling it the wand. The fishing rod. Okay, so if we want to build a Bottle of Enchanting crafting thing, we're going to need some command blocks so that we can actually take these scoreboard values and turn them into XP. My intention is to use it with... Hey, wait. Where... I was afraid of that. Okay. Apparently I'm out of command blocks. I don't know if you've seen this before. Some of the people that have been around this series for a while will have. We actually craft command blocks. And it takes a redstone block, which is pricey, as you can see from the lack of redstone. Every time I get redstone, I run out of command blocks. It's not great. And then I believe we can use any color of clay that we want. I'm going to leave those colors. I think I have a backup, which is also getting pretty low. Cool. I mean, I guess we could go over here. Where's the beacon? Did I move the beacon? There's a beacon. Okay, this is where I farmed the terracotta. Oh, it just didn't load. Phew, close one. But yeah, I could get some more terracotta. Do we have any in here? Oh, I'll mine some off camera, but we'll just, we'll craft the command blocks with this. I love how it can show up in the little crafting book. So there we go. 31 command blocks. Okay, I'm gonna go, I'll do some mining and then we'll continue. Oh, that was hard work. Okay, now we should be good to go. So one of the first things to understand is that these bottles of experience or bottles of enchanting don't always give the same XP. So if we drop one of these, we have 10 and a little bit filled up. I don't know how many points that is. So 10 and a little bit. And then if we try again, these are random, right? I just checked the wiki and said these are random. It did 10 and a little bit again. Oh, okay, there we go. A different result. So that filled it up all the way plus a little bit. So we got a whole level plus 4. So what we're going to do is we want it to be taking the max amount of XP. That's actually how we're going to be doing the trade-off. Because one of the things that's really important about command block survival is that we're always doing a trade-off. So theoretically, the max that it can do is 11 XP points. Or wait, oh, there we go. So if we do negative 11, this should always remove all the XP we get from the bottle of enchanting. We got to make sure that this number is right, because otherwise, who knows what'll happen. So we'll just get a button. We'll pop down a bottle of enchanting, and this should remove everything. Okay, good. Ooh, this is more, okay. Yep, it still removes all of it. Good, okay, so then I think the wiki is correct because it said 11 points. I wasn't sure if it was like points or levels or I don't know. Had to make sure. So we have the right number. 11 points is the max, and that is the number we are going to be draining for the bottles. Now, we also are going to need an additional trade-off. Oh, pull up the hologram. What am I looking for? Oh, I haven't moved the glass over. There's a couple of chests that are not part of the system yet. Yeah, here. And this is one of them. So let's just go ahead and make a couple bottles, because that's the other half of the trade-off here. Now, this might not seem like a big trade-off, XP and glass bottles, but the thing about a bottle of enchanting is you don't get the bottle back. It's effectively like a splash potion. So this isn't like, you know, fire resist or something where we get the bottle back. So we're just going to be throwing glass away and throwing XP away. And the reason that I say throwing away XP is because if the max is 11, so each of these blocks represents an XP point, but so that's the max. The minimum is 3. So theoretically, we could create a bottle using 11 experience points and only get a return of 3 experience points when we actually throw the bottle. So we could lose up to 7 XP per thing. And like I said, we're not getting the bottle back. So hopefully this should be a pretty solid trade-off. Now what we need to do is figure out where do we want the button. The room is really nicely balanced the way it is. So because it's a single device, it would probably make the most sense like at the end of the room, but well, you know what? Let's just prototype it first. We don't know how many command blocks we're gonna need yet. Now in my ever-returning optimism, I think we might be able to do it in one command if we sort of do if, you know, I have the correct XP. Let's just do a little pseudo code. And if I have one glass bottle, then it would give the enchanting bottle. So theoretically, you know, we would only need 1, which would be pretty cool. The trade-off though here is that it would only make 1 at a time, which could get really annoying. We'll try it though. Now, if I have this correct, it should just say hi. Because it's going to test for both fields. And it failed. Oh, it has a thing where it wants to say Minecraft in front of it, or else it won't correctly find it. Boom, hi. Okay, so I think we can do it in one command block as long as we're willing to make 1 at a time, which I am not so sure about, but anyway. Oh, we're gonna need 2 because we can't have 2 rewards in the same command. So if we give like a bottle Oh, it's called experience bottle in here. So if we give an experience bottle, we can't also remove levels from this XP tank thing. Man, it was almost one command block. That would have been pretty sweet. Okay, so the command block logic gets quite a bit more complicated if we want to do more than one at a time. But what we could do is take a page out of this book and set it on a clock. So this thing, when you turn the lever on, this clock runs and it just goes one at a time. You know, it gives you one experience point and removes all the stuff. But you need a lot less command blocks. So if we have this set up on a similar timer, that might be a really good solution. So just in case you aren't familiar, the way that a comparator clock works is you have to put it on subtract mode, because what happens is the comparator gets a signal strength of 15 because it's right next to the lever there. And because there's a loop here, it goes 15, 14, 13. And because it's in subtract mode, it's like, oh, 15 minus 13 is 2. And then of course, because 2 doesn't reach all the way back to the comparators, 1, 2 here, this is off, and therefore it has nothing to subtract from the 15. So then it'll send 15. So it alternates between a 15 strength signal and a 2 strength signal. So what that means is that if we put whatever we want to trigger too close and have it say, I don't know, comparator clock triggered, and then we turn this loop on, you'll notice it only triggered once. But without changing anything, you can see it's flickering. So as soon as we place a block here, and look at that, it just starts triggering over and over and over and over. So I just thought that was kind of interesting to show. And that should do it. So now, I guess we could turn this into a redstone lamp. Oh, the inventory disaster that is constantly my inventory. So now, we don't have any glass bottles, so nothing should happen. And let's make sure that this is on. So our levels aren't going down, nothing's happening. But when we run over here and craft some glass bottles, oh, look at that. Okay, we need a distance thing because you shouldn't be able to do it from over here. But at least it's working. Aha. Using my vast technical skills, I have implemented a distance thing. Perfect. Okay. So now it shouldn't trigger when we are way down far away. I made it pretty close. Let's just craft up a few of these. Yep, it's not triggering, not triggering. So we should have to be like, not just in the room, but like by the lever. So let's put that in our... Yeah, so we have to be like this close to be crafting them. Oh, you know what it's missing? We need a crafting sound. I think I actually know one off the top of my head. Maybe, we'll see if I get it right. Work cleric, I think. So now we should get an actual like... I like that. That's good, that's good. Cool. Cool, so now we're moving forward. We can make, or we can repair our broken equal trade rod, fishing rod. And the cool thing is, wow, that only took 4. I guess it doesn't have very much durability, so it doesn't need very much XP. So we can just have these bottles of enchanting in our inventory. So when this wears out, we can just restore it super easy. Oh man, we were at 8,000 and we're already down to 7,000. Cool, that's what we want. It should be costing us. I like that one button can alternate the sidebar. The big thing is that we just made, but this is what I think is cool. Okay. Anyway, so now that we have finished that first step, that fun little first step, we can get to building the thing I wanted to build. And we're gonna need a bunch of sand. So the goal with this area is to pretty much continue this design theme that we have going and fill up pretty much this whole corner with it. I don't want to, I want there to be sort of like a line in between it and the volcano. But we want to fill up this corner. So we're going to need to set the base to be sand, because I don't really like how the coral looks against like dirt and stone. So if you haven't seen this in use before, this is the fishing rod of equal trade. Basically, we can select blocks using the fishing hook, and we put whatever we want to change it to in our offhand. And you'll notice it's taking durability. So it's like 56, 56, because it has Unbreaking 3. And how many times do we have to do it? 3, I guess. Unbreaking 3, that would make sense. So I think that was the third one. Yep, there we go. 55, 3, and then 54. Yep. So anyway, the durability ticks down as we select blocks. And then when we're ready to go, we just shift. And ta-da! And as long as we're shifting, it'll replace. That's why there was a couple left behind, as I let go of shift too early. And you'll notice it mines blocks as if it was not silk touch, which is kind of a bummer. It means we're going to get a bunch of cobblestone out of this, but that's okay. It's a lot faster. But you can see how quickly we would use up durability on this thing. We have a lot of cool contraptions on. Oops, why did I select the sand? Actually, this is a great opportunity to show you. You can actually just deselect. Super, super easy. This fishing rod took so much work. It seems so, nice and smooth now, but oh boy. I think is this even going to replace everything? Oh, that's not 45 blocks. We'll be okay. It's pretty satisfying to do. Oh. I was wondering about that. Okay, so the fishing rod of equal trade just broke, which means we can't trigger any of these things. You'll notice this is why I wanted the bottles of enchanting. Well, like one Unbreaking 3 durability 64 got us to not even finish a wall. So we're gonna definitely use all of those. I do have another one, I think, in the nether. Yeah, doesn't have Unbreaking on it, but I mean mending. But we should be able to at least finish. This is kind of a cool like 3D holographic effect going on there. I'm pretty sure it's floating sand blocks, if I remember correctly, or floating glass blocks, or falling sand blocks that look like. Yeah, anyway. That's cool. Oops, I gotta be holding it. There we go. Yeah, you'll notice I ran out of sand blocks and it didn't keep filling it, because it is a 1-to-1 for the blocks that we have. I always got to make sure there's a trade-off in command block survival. That's what makes it fun rather than cheesy. Oh, it clicked over 1 durability. Okay, I'm pretty sure it doesn't use any durability when you replace. It's just casting the fishing rod. I'm curious how this will work underwater, actually. So, if we break these... Oh, what a waste. Oh, you gotta remember to have it in the offhand. Otherwise the XP doesn't apply. Oh, that time it took 5 bottles. Interesting. Yeah, so that's kind of the thing about the bottles of enchanting. It's not guaranteed to be the max 11. Ah, it didn't even finish. I'm totally out of sand now. I'm kind of worried because I think I may have turned the bulk of my sand, which I had a ton of. It may have been turned into glass, which, is nice for making bottles of enchanting, but not so nice if you need the actual sand. So what do we have here? Sand is in the white one. Uh-oh. Okay, time to look into deep storage. That's what I call these chests back here. I haven't like fully converted it over to that new method, where I can like use the holograms and like look through the chests and whatever. So there's actually quite a bit of loot. I save everything. Well, we can at least clear this stuff off. Let's get the rod of equal trade selected. Oh, and put this here. There we go. So now there's not just holograms hovering everywhere. I'll get to digging. I suppose these bottles of enchanting may actually prove more useful than I expect. Half a heart. Okay. I have packed full, I think, 5 shulker boxes. And it's almost turning night, so I want to get out of here. But yeah, I filled up this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this. Yeah. They're all full. So that should be plenty of sand. Oh yeah, and my inventory's full. Well, since I used up all the XP bottles on the shovel, oh, that's pretty funny. Nice. In fact, I probably should just... There we go. Now it's not as likely to break. We got a little bit of a buffer there. I need more glass. Some of that sand we just got is already cooking up. Oh, yep. Well, we should be able to make some XP and at least get going more on the project. I don't know why that sound is just funny to me. That should be plenty to finish the ocean floor here. I've already brought the fishing rod of equal trade down to 0 durability like 4 times or so. And we're getting pretty close to done here. I wanted to like do this section before we start working on the coral. But these bottles of enchanting have saved us at least 4 trips back to the Enderman XP farm. Not to mention it also made the XP tank thing that I made a long time ago a lot more useful. So pretty big wins. I'm happy to be able to use the rod of equal trade like this. Oh, almost time for another refill. Eesh. Man, moving on. Going to try and ignore that. So we can actually build coral stuff now. Been waiting all episode for this very moment. Ooh, I also, so there's 2 blocks here that I thought kind of looked coralish, and they're different colors than what, oh. I had inventory space a moment ago. We'll just start with 1 color. But yeah, I was thinking we could maybe make some orange coral and some green coral and see if they look good. And if they do, we can get more. The orange coral is, that might be able to work. It's kind of hard to tell without the full like shape. Oops. I feel like the green stuff could work too. Okay, so those might be worth getting more of then. I was not sure, but this the shroom light actually, when it's underwater, it's like, yeah, it kind of looks like coral. Same with this. I was kind of worried about their textures because their textures don't quite look like coral, but I don't know. In the underwater environment, it's like pretty much just your eye just figures it out. So I don't think we're going to be able to finish this whole area, but I would like to start on the floor. So we have a few shapes. There's the kind of the trident shape. I have like a vine sort of shape because there's like a pillar that's supporting the village thingy. And then there's kind of this, I don't know, turtle shell shape. And then a kind of a rib cage shape. So I've been trying to use like the same shapes to make it all look similar, and also to look like the coral that spawns in game, because those shapes, aside from the vine one, those all spawn naturally. So maybe like that. Yeah, looks good. Good enough. Cool. Now I'm gonna spam some fans. Look at this area already, though. The orange and the green really add to the colorfulness. Ooh, look at that purple and blue. You know, I didn't put any coral fans on here last time. We will fix that mistake. Oh, I gotta remember to put them inside. I love placing coral fans because you basically, it's really spamming. Like, there's no thought going into this. It's just spamming. And then you're done spamming and you're like, wow, that looks like I put a lot of effort into it. Really, I think as long as you put effort into the coral structures, then it'll look good. Oh, we can't forget the sea pickles. Oh good, I have a lot. Oh, look at that. That is crazy looking. There's way too many sea pickles. And it looks a little bit better. The fans definitely, spamming was the correct choice there. But I needed to mix in more colors. I think I missed some pink and yellow on this one wall. Yeah, it's just, there we go. There has to be as many colors in your vision as possible. I do feel like there's more refinement I could do in this area in the future, but we'll leave that for a different episode. For now, I am happy with what we have accomplished, particularly the whole Wand of Equal Trade getting refilled by the Bottle of Enchanting. That's really cool. That's a big usability bonus. We did a lot. I'm happy with it. Looks very cool, very colorful, very coral-like. That's awesome. Well, anyway, I think that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh, that was a new glitch. And that'll be it for me. Catch you in the next one. Later.